Hey y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Yes, there's two of us this week.
Yay! Welcome back. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And on Instagram and Ravelry, you can find me as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou. And you can find her on primarily the Instagram for the podcast, which is Knitting in Our Jeans.
And I'm cpredmor on Ravelry. Yes, there is an Instagram, but I don't pay any attention to it unless I'm in Rich's office. And I have been out of work for a week. And if you heard my cough, you know why. So first, on Sunday, when this lovely lady took her dad to the emergency room and was...
And he's fine now, just so you all know. He's fine now.
And was bringing groceries home to me, I was sinking into the flu. Despite the fact that I had the flu vaccine this year. Mm-hmm. In fact, my brother reminded me that this is the second year in a row that I got the flu, having had the flu vaccine. What luck. So, Richard went to the hospital.
Thanks, Uncle Rick.
Richard went to the hospital on Sunday, spent the night. They put 4 bags of antibiotics into him. They really helped him turn the corner. And he's been patted on the head by his doctor on Friday, and he's fine. I went to the doctor on Monday, got the exofluenza pills, which tore my stomach in half, but got rid of the flu, and then developed bronchitis. So we do nothing by halves around here. Nothing. So that's why she was doing the show by herself last week, because I was just falling off a cliff. By Monday afternoon, I had a fever of 103. Yeah.
Not good.
Not good. But it's all better now, and my voice is getting better. So.
Yep. And I have a sinus infection, which is causing post-nasal drip, which is causing my cough. The doctor was concerned that I was also incubating the flu, so I also was put under house arrest / quarantine for a few days until I was out of the zone of possible incubation. So that was fun.
Did you have the vaccine?
Yes.
Oh.
But I didn't get it, so, there's that.
So I had influenza A, and apparently the test that they do, they stick the cotton swab down your throat.
And nose.
And nose. I had both. Maybe you want to check for strep, too. Anyway, mine turned positive in 3 minutes. They say it's a 10-minute test. It came back and says, you so have it.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, this is my Julia. And remember, I had talked about sweaters that we were going to frog. Well, this is one that I'm going to frog. Because the yarn, the multicolored part of the yarn.
I like the color on you.
Doesn't help with the pattern. And the pattern's just gone.
The pattern gets lost in it.
And I love the color of the yarn. So what I'm going to do is I have in my library lots of patterns for cotton yarn that are nice swingy summer tees. And that's exactly what this is going to become. So I've been busy the last 2 weeks. Actually started on Sunday, I think, because I had done my Andrea Mowrey sweater. I did not go back and finish the sleeves on that. I've been powering through on another sweater. But I have been working. And I'm about 3 or 4 rows from putting the neck edge in. So I will show you. This is what I've got.
Which is the linen.
It's linen. It's
the linen from the Fallaci Liana Pura.
Right. It's Liana Pura.
From Lana Grossa.
Right. And I bought it last year during the Long Island Yarn Crawl.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go this year because I've been sick. And since we have a memorial service that we need to be at this coming weekend, I said, as much as I would love to be out in the car, and she was quite willing to come and kidnap me and take me all around, I don't think that would have been a good idea because I think it would have put my body under additional stress. So I stayed home.
I did not.
So that I could be in the car driving down to Virginia on Friday.
Which I think I still will be able to do.
I think you will too. You had you didn't have quite all the things I had.
Agreed.
So, so anyway, I have been working on this. The name of the pattern is Collino Pullover, and I have talked about it on the podcast before. This is design number 15.
The Collino Pullover.
Collino Pullover, yes.
You just flipped to it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That was number 22.
No.
No, that's number 22. Here it is. So that's what it's going to look like. And as I said,
in a red, though. In a beige
red.
Yeah.
And this is how far I've gotten. This is the pattern repeat marked off at the top so I can make sure I get my cables and my yarn over laces in. And I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be an excellent boat sweater. So I'm hoping to bind off. I'm hoping to finish this tonight.
Good
my
luck.
Plan. Well, the collar gets added on after.
Okay.
So all I have to do is I have to get to the neck edge. You bind off 40, and then you're just doing the sleeves over here. So I think that's really possible. And I have been weaving in my ends.
Oh, look at
as I go along, so that I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
This linen is very soft. It is very much unlike the other linens that we've been playing with. So this, I don't know whether they pre-wash it or what, but it is really quite soft.
It is.
So this is an excellent argument for Linea Pura yarns, because they are really delightful to work with. You can see that I've been working a lot this week, and my hands don't hurt. I did take a break of a day. I've also been doing a lot of reading, semi-trashy reading. Andrew Greeley has been my author of choice this week, so not very heavy novels at all, most of which I have read at some point in time.
There's
and
the Bishop.
Well, Bishop Blackie and Nuala Ann. And Elizabeth will tell you, I hardly ever remember the end of any story.
I cannot tell you how many times we have listened to the entirety of the Nora Roberts, J.D. Robb, like, in-depth series. Like, yearly, Mom re-listens to all of them. And yearly, she forgets.
Not all of them.
Almost all of them.
Not all.
Almost.
I remember the first one.
Yeah, but then, like, you don't... Like, the one I remember the most, you're like, what happened? And I'm like, oh my god, Ma, this is the one that, like, totally is the most memorable. And you're like, and then it happened, and you're like, how do I forget that every time? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm not saying anything because I don't want to spoil it, you know, for you all, if you all read it and such. But, you know, I'm just like, this is the same thing with TV shows.
I'm happy.
She's so happy, which is great.
I rewatch these things.
I know.
I'm so happy.
It makes me so happy because I enjoy the
sheer delight.
The delight that you get out of it, but also sometimes you just want something you know how it's going to end so that you don't have to worry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what have you been working on, or what do you want to talk about?
So I have been working on, well, I totally forgot to bring it. I finished one sleeve of my Shifty completely, and I am...
Is it downstairs?
No.
Oh.
It's like at home.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, no, I forgot it.
Forgot it.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. So, I did...
only 2 more rows.
Oh, look at that. Yes. So my Shifty is coming along really well. One of the sleeves is all done. The other one, I have 6 more repeats and then the cuff. I do think I'm going to rip out about 2, the cuff or the hem and 2 repeats on the body.
You think it's too long?
It's just too long.
Okay.
I think I'm going to I'm going to finish it first, and then I'm going to put it on and be like, Mom, what do you think? Because I might have Mom do the picking up, or I'll do the picking up, and I might have Mom do the ripping out. Okay. Because I can do it. I also just feel like someone else should do it.
Now, have you gotten accustomed to the color pattern yet?
I kind of like it, yeah.
Good.
Like the color palette, I kind of like it.
It looks really good on you.
I'm glad. I kind of like it. It's fun.
Good.
So, yeah. So I've been working on that, and I'm up to the 3rd.
Oh, this is so much better.
I know. So
don't you think?
I do. I do. And
because now it's focused on the pattern.
Yeah. So this is the test knit by Julia from Padia Tools, and I've finished the 3rd pattern set, and now I do the 4th one.
This is really nice.
The 4th one has 11 repeats of part of it, like of a section of about 10 rows to get the length.
Ah.
So, yay! I am officially into the part where this becomes the main body and this stays as a border.
Oh, good.
But I have a lot to go. But I'm on the last pattern.
A little bit at a time.
And it's just, it is intuitive, but it's also not so intuitive that I do still have to look at the pattern every row just to like refresh my memory of where certain things happen. But it is so nice. Just look at that. Look at that smocking.
I love that.
Look at that smocking. But yeah.
Whoops.
Okay, you live on the floor now.
Knocking over all my notepads.
Okay, you have like 15 notepads stacked over here.
Well, yeah, one can never have too many notepads.
I agree, but it's not as though I knocked like a stack of 3 over.
Well, of those notepads, I think 3 went on the floor.
Right. But there were like 23 over here.
Yes, but you know, they were free and I'm cleaning out my office.
Right.
Next, I'm bringing home Post-it notes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Post-it notes are my favorite.
Well, I've got a whole bag of Post-it notes.
And so what I'm actually working on right now
yes, do tell.
is the swatch for my Niobe, which is going to be my next sweater after I finish the Shifty. So this is the Niobe, which is out of the French Girl Knits pattern book. It is this sweater.
Oh, wow.
And I think I'm going to knit it at a tighter gauge because then I'll actually wear it more.
Yes.
So I tried it on the 11s, which is the bottom, which is way too loose, I think.
Yes.
And then I tried it on 10.5s, which is still a little loose. Now and I washed it. I now have it on 10s.
I like that better.
I like it on the 10s. I'm going to do 10s and I'm going to do 9s. And then I'm going to throw it in the sink and wash it again.
Okay.
Just so that I can then actually determine what it needs to be done on. Yeah, because I think even with the mohair, I want a little bit more heft to it so that I can wear it.
When do you want to wear this? You know what happens with mohair.
I want to wear it in the winter.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to wear it now.
She overheats in mohair.
I do. I don't want to wear it now. I want to wear it in the winter, but I want to get it done.
I understand. Understand.
So that's what I am working on it quite ferociously here. But as Mom said, I did go on the yarn crawl.
Well, I think I ought to tell them what I got last week.
Hold on, yes. What were your thoughts? What did you get it? What did you think of string thing? What did you get at string thing? And then what did you feel about the Andrea Mowrey event?
I love string thing.
She does.
If they were someplace where I could drive and park, I could drive and park, I would be there every week, every Friday for their knit night. I love string thing.
We are going to try once Mom's semester ends to get there on a Friday.
They were so nice. They were so sweet. I walked in. I said hi to Felicia. Felicia said hi to me and acted as if she knows me. I'm not sure she knows me from Adam, but yes, actually she does because the two of us come in together. And I said, I needed
well, hold on.
number 4 needles. And she immediately goes, metal or wood? Wood. How long do you want them? As long as you got them. And
But before this, when Mom says, I'm not sure if she knows me from Adam, she goes, wait, I met you at Rhinebeck. And I met you at Vogue. And I was like, yes, and you teased each other about how much yarn you both had already in your hands. And she goes, I do remember you. You knit sweaters.
Yes. So anyway, I got 2 of the, is it Lykke?
Lykke.
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 Fixed wooden circular needles. One's a 47, one's a 60. And because I've managed to pull 2 of them apart while I was away, so the ones that came apart are now in the trash because I couldn't glue them without getting some sticky parts, you know, it's where they were going to grab. So they're in the trash. I've got 2 Lykke needles that I'm going to be using. But then, as I'm standing there, I was entranced by some baby alpaca. Hold on.
Pretty great.
And this is the bag I had with me, which is the Long Island Yarn Crawl of last year. So you can tell that I'm really pretty faithful to this Long Island Yarn Crawl, except when I'm so sick. So what I got, yes, folks, there are 20.
10 of each.
Of these things. We'll just pile them up here.
I don't think you need to take out all of them, Mom. I think they believe you.
Well, they should come out anyway. They will eventually start showing up. There they are. So anyway, I have 20 of these things. And Felicia was so funny. She goes, how many of these do you need? I need all of them. She goes, what are you going to do? I said, I knit sweaters.
And she goes, oh, right, I remember.
So she says, well, luckily I have more downstairs. I said, well, that's good for your other customers because I'm taking all of these. And she said, well, of course you are. So, you know, for some people, when you go in their shop and it looks like you're going to take all of something, they get a little nervous and a little upset. But as Felicia said, she has these to sell. So does it matter whether it's one person buying them for one sweater or whether it's several people buying them for multiple things? That's all that's in here.
I think there's 10 of each on there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yes. And she was very gracious, and she said, no, you can have them all. That's fine. So this is what I came to. It's Echo Puna Black, 100% baby alpaca made
by Amano.
Well, I think they're 2 different yarn companies, actually.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes. This is Echo Puna and
No, they're both Amano.
Okay, Amano yarns.
Yeah.
But this is Echo Puna Black.
And one is 100% alpaca.
And this is Amano Apu. This is Amano Echo, and this is Amano Apu. So, I am very excited about this. And I do have a pattern picked out for this. Look at that.
And I think what do you think? I was thinking you would do the white and then do the sleeves as the opposite.
I think so. So, you're talking about using the white as the main
blue.
color.
Yeah.
Yes. And then reverse it for the sleeves.
Yeah.
Like that. Yes.
I mean, you might be a little, I don't know how much yardage it calls for.
I'm going to be right in the middle. For this, it calls for about 13. And I've got 1380, 1360. So I'm going to make the sleeves just a little bit longer.
I just meant for each. So the duck egg is 4, which is, I don't know what that calls for. So let me look. I can look it up.
Okay. So, while I didn't go on the yarn crawl, I did have fun at String Thing. Lots of fun at String Thing. And then we went outside and we started talking to Gigi and to Cece, and they were talking all kinds of technical things because Cece is doing her own podcast and she wanted to get some heads up information from Gigi. And it's just a nice group. I met a couple women I had not met before. Almost everybody was there before going to Andrea Mowrey. And I enjoyed Andrea Mowrey. I thought she was very personable. I thought she was very open. She says she's very shy. You would never know it. And I thought that Kristy asked some really good questions. She came very prepared with all her questions. I thought her preliminary guest was a very good choice.
You will have just enough.
Mm-hmm.
I meant of the white to make it the way it says.
Okay, good. So I enjoyed that. And then I'm sure, as Elizabeth told you, after the talk, we were trying to get out of the way of people because we kind of looked at the tables where they had some yarns for sale. And there really wasn't, I mean, they were set up in packs for a shawl. And as you all know, I'm not a shawl person. I have yet to learn how to really wear a shawl so that it looks good on me. This looks good on Elizabeth. I would look like a bear ate me.
I think it's just we haven't actually measured it, and I don't know if this is an actual dimension, but I feel like my depth from my neck to my shoulder is deeper.
Very likely. That makes a difference.
You know what I mean? Like, just thinking about it, I think...
Unless I stand with my head
but
down.
I also...
lift my head to the sky. Anyway. I just haven't figured that part out yet. And
I also feel like I always have we've always discussed how I have broad shoulders, so I think that helps.
I think that helps.
Looks like I still, that I still have
and Andrea Mowrey liked my sweater.
Oh, she
says,
did.
Oh, look, you faded it. I went, yes. And she said, and look, that part has sparkle in it. I went, yes, it does. And I said, the fact that the rest of it doesn't bother me in the least. I just love it. Every sweater should have sparkle in it. And so, anyway, we were off to one side so that we could get a little breathing room. Next thing we know, Andrea Mowrey and Kristy Glass come over, and that's where they're going to have their after discussion interviews. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Like the meet and greet. Yeah.
Honestly, I would not have gotten in line otherwise, except we were right there at the front of the table. Because I figure people have their own lives. I mean, she's a lovely person, but I really had no questions to ask. I was very happy to show her my sweater. Happy to have a picture with her, but I didn't have any questions. I don't have questions to ask.
I posted those.
I assume that, I don't know. There's just not a great detail that I need to ask her. I haven't run into a problem with her patterns.
Yes, I did post those photos.
I don't know what you would stand there and ask her. I just told her thank you. That I did like her patterns and to thank her very much. And then I moved on. But lovely person, and I'm sure if you had any questions that she would answer them. So I thought the evening was a great success, and I hope that Kristy does another one. We parked in a parking garage. We did not try to park on the street, which is probably easier. And since we know, having lived through last week, that Saturday night I was incubating the flu. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know it. Honest to God, I felt like I might be getting a cold.
She did not, and that's why I was concerned on Tuesday when I was starting to get the sinus infection feeling, because the way I felt was the way that Mom was describing she had felt on Saturday, and I knew she hit a wall on Sunday, and I was terrified because we have yarn, we had yarn crawl this weekend, and we had so many plans, and I'm one of the, it's either her or I are one of the drivers, and there was a lot riding on it.
I wanted to go. We had a place out in Sag Harbor that we were going to stop for coffee and donuts.
Yes.
I so wanted to go. One of my students told me about it. He drove out from the Bronx to go get coffee there because they apparently have such good coffee.
We'll go another time, and then we'll go to the Black Sheep yarn shop because you really want to go there too.
I desperately want to go. So yes, I really wanted to go. My husband was saying you shouldn't go, and I was thinking, no, he wants me to work in the office, but kudos to him.
He's being a gwasp.
No, he said, I don't want you in the office either.
Well, no, he doesn't want you infecting his patients.
But that's the first time that I can remember.
That he said that,
That he has said that. Usually he just says, well, you can answer the phone. But I was able to rest my voice.
Well, if he's saying that she can't sit in a darn car with me, then he can't really say she can do much else.
Yeah, I was thinking in my head that you'd lose a lot of your credibility if what you really want me to do is work in your office.
Oh,
That's
would.
just selfish. But no,
you got to rest.
I got to rest.
Which is good.
Which was excellent. So I've been doing a lot of sleeping. As I said, Monday I was delirious with the fever. And yet driving around to go to the doctor's office and then go to CVS for the prescriptions and then finally get home and collapse.
Pick him up.
Yeah, pick him up at the hospital. I was... Well, it wasn't so bad picking him up at the hospital because I was still on the aspirin that I had taken for my fever, but I didn't take it at 11, God bless you, when I was supposed to retake it because I wanted to make sure that I had whatever my symptoms were when I went to my own doctor's appointment. So I didn't want to be taking something to bring the fever down.
Yeah.
If fever's one of the symptoms. So I was just... And I didn't have my own car, so I didn't have anything to drink in the car.
Why didn't you have your own car?
Because my car needs to have the tire pumped up. And, I'm running a fever. I don't want to be out there playing with the tires. So I had your father's car, which has nothing to eat or drink in it. Doesn't it sound
special.
like just like coming of Armageddon? No, it's not that bad. It's just that I was really thirsty. And then I waited at CVS for an hour for the prescription, which finally came. But I will tell you that exofluenza stuff knocked it out of me. Good. I took it Monday, and by Tuesday afternoon, the fever was gone. Of course, the bronchitis had kicked in by then, but the flu was gone.
We do nothing if not hold on to a cough like an old friend.
I know. So I have this to go into that 2-color sweater, and I'm really excited about it. I am so sorry that I missed Yarn Crawl.
Well, would you like to hear what?
I will, but the other thing is that we've been asked to publicize our classes at Rhinebeck.
Oh!
So we are going to be there.
So the next fiber event we have is...
Rhinebeck.
Which is in October.
2019, yes. And we are going to be teaching on Saturday.
Okay.
We have 2 classes. We have a thrummed mittens class. And I don't think you're going to get through 2 thrummed mittens, but I think you're probably going to get up to at least the palm on one mitten. And I have thrum mittens that I wear all winter long. I made my mother a pair of thrum mittens, as you all well know. And so we'll be teaching thrummed mittens in, I believe, a 3-hour class. And then we're going to do a class, of 5 different cast-ons. And I don't know whether one's obviously in the morning, the other one's in the afternoon. I don't know which is which. I haven't looked at the contract to see which one is which. But I'm very excited about it. One of the cast-ons is going to be the Chinese waitress cast-on. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. It gives a nice, solid bottom, solid base to your knitting. And it is not quite as stretchy as some of the others, but it is also not like it's built in concrete. Mm-hmm. So it may be a really good bottom to a tunic. I can see that would be a good place to have that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we will have that class too. So I hope to see some of you there. And we will be there. Well, heck, this year I can be there all days. I can be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, Friday we have probably Indian Tangled.
Yes, but I'm not driving back and forth to school.
No.
I can drive up on Thursday.
Yes.
And I can stay.
And I will meet you there.
Exactly. And then we'll be doing Indian Tangled on that Friday. I will be doing something where I'm sitting down.
Yes.
Because... New rule. My knee can't take the standing. By the way, my knee is doing really well. Being off of it for a week and doing a lot of sleeping. My knee, at the moment, I could not tell you which knee had been injured. So, that's a plus. Good. But now, let's hear about the Long Island Yarn Crawl. Jazz hands.
Oh my god, I love the hands.
Jazz
Sorry,
hands.
if I'm not as...
excited?
If I'm not as animated as usual, I'm fighting, I think, day 3 of a migraine that I think has been the same one, but I'm not exactly sure.
Your sinus.
I do too, but that means it won't go away until the sinus infection goes away, which I'm hoping is not the case.
Well, did he give you antibiotics?
Yeah, I'm on antibiotics.
Okay.
So I thought about going out on Thursday, but I didn't because I was still technically under the what we at work and Mom and I called the zone of incubation for the flu, and I really didn't want to be, as Tanya calls it, an infection vector. So,
because otherwise you could have gone up to Port Washington.
I could have gone all over the place.
Yes, you could have, and which we did last year.
Which we did last year, and I think we plan to do again next year. But you know,
yes,
yeah. So
we'll just try to be healthy.
Yes. Trying to think how we do this, because
you want to start with yesterday.
I need to find yesterday then. Okay, that's part yesterday, part today. Okay. So, first, we had, at all of the shops who participated, had stitch markers from Katrinkles. Unfortunately, only 3 of them still had them when I was there.
Aww.
So, I have the Knitting Place, Black Sheep, and the Knitting Store. And then Marge, who is, I mean, in general, one of my favorite people on this planet because she's in our knitting groups and she's lovely. She had an extra regular, like, Long Island yarn curl one.
That was so sweet.
Mostly because I was in a lot of pain today. And I was just like, and apparently I looked like I was in a lot of pain once I got to knit today. Because everyone was like, are you okay? And I was like, ow. And they were like, okay. You do you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me do me.
Good.
I appreciate it. And so, yeah, so I really appreciate that, Marge. I'm pretty sure you don't watch podcasts, but I really appreciate it because it made me real happy.
That's good.
So, a good amount of the stores are going to do a reorder. And so I have my name down on a few lists for stitch markers because I think it'd be fun to have them like all in a sweater or something for a count.
Oh, I think that'd be lovely.
Oh, ow, ow. This stretch is hurting my shoulder, which is weird. It could just be that I've been in a car for 2 days, essentially.
Yes.
So, I also then got this yarn, which is unlabeled. And it's the Knit Chicks from Oceanside. It is the DK. So it's 237 yards. And it's in this black, brown, gray kind of situation.
Yeah. But showing up blue there.
Yeah.
But no.
So I showed it to my boyfriend yesterday. And I said it looks like Davos Seaworthy from Game of Thrones. Both book and show. And he was like, yes. That is Davos yarn. And I was like, okay, well, its new name is Davos. So I have about 700 yards.
It was just in a basket?
Yeah, they had a $5 box o' yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found these 3, and I was like, you're coming home with me.
It's not bad.
No. So the Davos yarn, not sure what it's going to become, but it's pretty. So
for $15.
And for $15.
It's not bad.
No, not bad at all. So after that, we went to Black Sheep out in East Hampton or Southampton.
Okay, East Hampton.
East Hampton. And so...
Oh my God.
There is a...
You're not going to believe this.
Mystery knit-along that is happening for Game of Thrones. Yes, for the next about month and a half, 2 months or so, you will be hearing a lot about Game of Thrones because it's the final season.
Right.
And
Oreos is coming out with a Game of Thrones Oreo.
Great, I can't eat Oreos.
I can.
Okay, you will have to eat them for me.
I will.
Good. So, yeah, so I've been doing a rewatch, which has been inspired by Gigi and her daughter Shelby doing a rewatch, and they've been posting on Instagram stories, and I'm like, I hate all of you. I mean, I love them, but I hate them because now I have to do a rewatch. So I started last week, and I did last week or the week before, and I decided to do a, like, truncated rewatch of the first 5 series, or seasons, and then I'm up to the last 2 episodes of season 6, and then I have all next week to do season 7.
Okay.
And then season 8 premieres on Sunday. And there's a mystery
watch it because
knit-along.
I find them sad.
Which is fine.
You know, I don't need more salve.
No. So, what I have is... Sorry, I'm just writing down things we've talked about. So, what I have is 2 of the yarns that I need for the Drunk Knitter mystery knit along called I Knit and I Know Things. So she has kits with Neighborhood Fiber Company, which I was going to get until I was like, or I could get yarn on the yarn crawl. 2 birds, 1 stone. It's great. So at Black Sheep, I found these 2, which is Typewriter by Hedgehog Fibers, and this is Silver Leaf by Hugh Loco.
Nice.
So, yes. And then, so, you need 2 skeins of DK and the mohair. And I'm going to show you this, but even though this is later on, I got this tweed DK in the color Wine Country.
Gorgeous.
From 7th Floor Yarns today at Port Jeff, which is Knitting Cove. The Knitting Cove. I can't remember its full title. But I think that will be glorious. The mystery knit along is, as I said, called I Knit and I Know Things, and it's a brioche shawl. So that's what I got out in Southampton. And then we came back through and we hit the Long Island Yarn and Farm. Actually, if you follow us on Instagram, you will have seen, and you saw our stories yesterday, I posted photos from those 3 shops.
Oh, wow.
And then we got to Islip to So New in Yarn 2.
So What's New?
So What's New in Yarn 2. Thank you. So I didn't get a photo there, and I did not get any yarn. They do have a lot of lovely fabric, though. A lot of lovely fabric.
Before.
Yes. I mean, Ashby got something. Marge got stuff. Like, we paid. I was a little worn out by then because I was the driver yesterday. So from there, we went up to Port Washington because we had time. And I got, not that one. Not that one. This one? This one! And I got these 3 skeins of Malabrigo Arroyo in Pearl, which I'm going to use with the Frogged yarn in a Koivua by Caitlin Hunter. And I think, because these browns have a little bit of a purpley tinge to them.
I think it'll be lovely.
I think it'll be lovely.
I do too.
So,
very nice.
I'm going to try not to impulse do that, but it might happen because I'm really, really excited by it. But we'll see. So that was yesterday. And then, okay, so I Knit and I Know Things on Cal and the... Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make notes so that when we do our show notes, it's a little bit easier on us. So today we started at Altman's, and there they had Barocco Fioria on sale, and so Fioria is cotton, viscose, alpaca, nylon, and only 5% wool.
Wow.
And it's a DK weight.
It's definitely a summer yarn.
But I mean, it could be anything, really. Let's be real. But it's a summer yarn, which means I could totally knit a Colorworks sweater and wear it all the time. So I bought enough yarn to do a For Fox Sake sweater. This will be the body.
Nice.
This is the dark contrast. This is the fox faces is going to be gray. I don't really trust myself with white all that much. Understood. So I think gray. And then I'm going to do this like yellowy tan as the like around the fox kind of faces. So yeah, I told myself I wasn't going to buy yarn for that sweater just yet. I was going to stash dive. Yeah, nope. I saw that on sale and that happened. You know, as it does. So I'm really excited about that because it's so cute. That sweater is so cute and that yarn is so yummy. So then after that, we went to Port Jeff, which is where I got the tweed from
Nice.
7th Floor Yarns. And they remembered us. They remembered you and I. Yes, they asked about you and I said how you were ill. And I also got this DK yak in
Grossular
to go
really pretty
with these two.
Well, you went nuts.
Well, I've had these. These I had to go with in the yoke of something.
Right.
So that's what I got in Port Jefferson at the Knitting Cove.
Nice job.
7th Floor Yarns. And the yak silk merino is just lovely.
How much merino's in it?
60%.
Oh, then it's not.
It's okay. It's going to be in the yoke of a sweater. It's okay. So then we went to Huntington, which is where Mom keeps talking about the sale room.
Yes. Yes, there's like $3 things and $5 things.
Or 50% off Shibui alpaca. So I got, possibly to be the main color. Where's
oh
the
my
other,
Lord.
Where's the other skein?
Oh my Lord. Sorry, we're having a small problem here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know where the other skein went. 1, 2, 3. No, wait. No. I think I'm okay.
There's 4 there.
There's 4 here. Uh-oh.
How many are you supposed to have?
5.
Maybe it's in another bag.
Hopefully, or it's in the car.
There's something on the floor. What is that?
That's what I'm working with.
Okay.
Okay, we will search in a little bit.
Yes.
But I was thinking this could be a throwback sweater.
What's a throwback sweater?
The sweater that Kristy had on during the interview on
yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
I think that would be pretty.
I think it'd be very nice.
So this is Shibui alpaca, and I should have 5. I paid for 5. This is a bit frustrating, but hopefully we will find the other one.
Moving on.
And then I picked up, so I already have 3 skeins of this pool color in my stash from Tanya.
It's a green here, but it's showing blue on the computer.
Yeah. So I have already 3 other skeins of this in my stash, and then I got a contrast blue to go with it.
Lovely.
Because I might make I think it's called a Begin Again sweater, but we'll see. It's also just good to have Ben-friendly sweater quantities, you know? It's always good.
Yes.
And so then from Huntington, we went to Oyster Bay.
Okay.
And Oyster Bay was lovely, but we were on a time crunch, so we didn't spend all that much time there. And nothing
you went
really...
there today?
Yes. Nothing really called out to me. So...
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Oyster Bay is where I got this. Notice I am binding off for the neckline here. Yes, yes,
You
yes.
are. This is like... Oh, is that... No? I'm gonna be really frustrated if I only have 4. Because I paid... I'm pretty positive I paid for 5.
Well, they would have counted them at the...
Right, but I don't recall. Maybe it's in the car. Maybe it's in Ashby's car. I'll text Ashby.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, that was what I got in... so, I didn't get anything in Oyster Bay. And then...
Was there a large crowd?
Not, ish. I mean, it was towards the end of the hours, so it was kind of winding down. Today, yeah. So then, from Oyster Bay, we went to Knit, and I got...
Now, Knit was having something going on every day.
Yes, and I got some cozy Colorworks yarn to make a...
Nice.
Between the Lines, I think is it's called. Yeah, I think it's called Between the Lines. It's a asymmetrical kind of with diagonal striping sweater, and I'm pretty excited. Like, I think it's a really pretty color combo.
I think that's great.
Yeah, so
that's really nice.
Thank you. So, this is Cozy Colorworks in Espresso and Mocha Magic. So, that is my haul.
What haul?
Thank you. I am now,
going to get in touch with Ashby.
Yeah, because I would like to find that skein. Did I leave a skein? Yeah, that's weird, because I don't think it actually came out of my bag until now. But while we were also in Huntington, I went to the comic book shop, and I picked up the trade paperback of Mata Hari.
Nice. You had ordered that.
I had ordered it, and I picked it up today, and it's amazing, and I'm so excited to have it. So, yes, that was lovely. Yeah.
Well, I missed a lot. Again. But there's always next year.
There is always next year.
So were the prices good up in Port Washington? Now they have the 3 Irish Girls yarn.
Yeah, I bought what I bought.
Did you go down in the basement?
I didn't think it was open.
Oh, really?
I didn't. It looked like it was blocked off.
Interesting. Because that's where I got the stuff for an exploration station, which again I haven't made yet.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten a bunch of yarn down there. The yarn I used for the sweater, the test sweater I just did.
Was from down there?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that
is not
what
bad.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm now a little concerned about that skein of yarn.
I could see that. Well, we could take all your stuff downstairs
and
unpack it and look at it.
That's what I'm thinking about doing.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So
maybe it fell out downstairs.
It's very possible.
Hopefully. I hope.
Go check at the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's frustrating.
It's extremely frustrating.
Anyways,
we
will go do that.
Is what we did.
I had to make a couple exams.
Oh, fun.
Yes. I actually had... Now, what the students are supposed to be doing is they're supposed to be making up the questions. So you have each person making up 18 questions times 29, and in one class, 37 students. So there's hundreds of questions being made up. Well, my students, apparently, the day it was due, I was getting half the number of questions that I was supposed to be getting. So I got frustrated with them and said that anybody who didn't make up a set of questions was going to get an exam with 28 questions from me and 5 questions from students.
Oh, no.
And the ones who gave me question sets would have an exam with 5 of my questions and 28 from students. Meaning that they will have 28 questions that they've had the opportunity to see the questions and answers for a week, well, maybe 5 days, and only 5 questions where they don't know in advance what the questions are and what the answers are. And then the 5 people in the class, and it ended up being 5 people in each class, who basically well, no, actually the second class, that was only 3 people that didn't do it. They will have it exactly the reverse. So I'm going to make up those exams now. But you know, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. What can I tell you?
It's your own fault.
It is your own fault. And the reason I do that is I don't like doing a review in class because for me everything is important. Everything builds one thing on top of the other. And I figure if you've gone through it for that part of the semester, going over it the day before the exam, I just think that's really kind of silly. But if I have you make up the questions, you have to be in the textbook and you have to think about these things in order to write the questions. Because you have to write the multiple choice question, you have to have the right answer, then you have to have 3 distractors. So you really have to think about it. And so it's another way of studying. So anyway, I have to go make up those exams. And I'll be doing that, I think, tonight and tomorrow. Because now that I am binding off for the neck edge, I want to finish this part. So it's just going to be the sleeves. So that'll be fantastic. But then I'll do the exams and I'll be ready for class on Tuesday. So on Tuesday when I go back, I don't have to lecture for 2 of my classes. They have exams and it's only going to be international marketing that has a class. So that'll be nice. And that's about it. So yeah, things are kind of copacetic around here. I'm definitely on the mend. Thank you for all the really sweet things you said about Elizabeth last week, doing this on her own. I thought it really did show a great deal of fortitude to do this on her own. And I thank her very much because I was just downstairs, just falling off a cliff.
And moaning at me to go and record.
Yes. Our public wants this.
Our people need a podcast. Go record. Elizabeth, go record. Elizabeth, go record.
I couldn't get my head up off the pillow.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been up here to help her. Anyway, so that is our story. We are on the mend.
Yeah.
We are on the mend.
Yeah.
And we are making great strides. Look, I have a back. Yes, that is a neck edge. So I will finish the sleeve top, and then I'll make up my exams. And next week, hopefully, I'll be able to show you a front too, at least a front to the sleeves. So we'll see how far I can get because this is really moving along. Yeah. So I can't wait. So thank you all very much.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye. Bye.